There we go. All right. Phew. What a week it has been. What a week it has been. Let me tell you, it has been a week. It is, while we've got Pop here, probably should have wine. This is probably a wine occasion, but I don't have any wine. We do have, yay, some Pepsi. It's not as nearly as cold as what I would like it to be, mind you. But, yeah. I am gonna pull up my stream here and see exactly how we sound. I am gonna pull up my stream here and see exactly how we sound. I am gonna. All right, we've sound worse. We've sound better. But we've got sound. So, as the title of this says, Rekieta Law, also known as the Pope of LawTube, that's a stalker. I mean, this is what he claims anyway, and if he says he's got a stalker, then I mean, I guess it must be true, right? Right? Well, I'm going to explain how this all started. For those of you that don't know, there is this lady called Alyssa Clips, and basically, Clip Channel, and that basically sounds like exactly what they are. They clip things, they play things from other creators. It's like a highlight reel of everything that they like about that particular person. Well, or they don't like, or just whatever the fuck it is that keeps people talking about them. And I commented on one of those. Here's the comment from one of my accounts. I wonder who this guy is. He needs to get copies of those letters and read them. LOL. And someone here is like, I'm guessing it's the Lion News Terry Nimmers guy. Nimmers. And up until then, I remember hearing him have other times where he talked about this dude, but I don't really remember hearing all that many specifics. But here's the clip that I responded to. So to set the stage here, we're gonna play this clip. And so, since Rikeda did not share any proof about this in his live stream, this guy whose name is apparently Terry Nimmers decided that it was important that he send me a whole load of shit that I never asked for. No sound. Hold on a second. Boomer alert. Thank you, Common Sense Superhero. Let me know if this helps.
You know who you are.
So, do you got sound now?
So I have this complete stalker. But he knows he can't talk to me because if he does, I told him, I said, you talk to me again, I'll get a restraining order against you. And it won't be hard because you already have several, and I have reason to believe that you're dangerous and also a fucking lunatic and also stupid.
So as I was saying,
so I have this.
This was the video that I responded.
What he does is he emails like 20 people every time I say something about the Monty lawsuit, pretty much. This trying to report me for allegedly live streaming while driving.
And he has apparently sent me, after I responded to this, I wonder who this guy is. It was a very innocent comment. I was just like, he should respond, he should like tell exactly who this guy is, and he should share these papers. Well, you wanted to hear these. You wanted them to be right on the internet. You've come to the right spot. Because totally unsolicited, apparently, I deserve to have these. But let's listen to the rest of this.
Okay, homie. I'm sure the police are going to run to arrest me immediately and throw me in prison forever.
Well, of course. Right where you belong.
Good work.
In jail.
And now he's bitching at the police in my county because they're not doing anything about it.
Yep.
He's writing them letters.
We have the receipts on that.
It's the gayest thing I've ever seen. He's so mad. Oh, it's great. Since I know you're watching, you know who you are. Since I know you're watching, again.
I wish he was watching right now. He kind of talked, I kind of like when he was emailing me back and forth, like I kind of thought maybe that there was a chance that he would join, but I think he's going to be here.
Stop it. Get some help. Get a hobby. Get that dick out of your ass and go do anything else with your life, you fucking weirdo.
But he has nothing else to do with his life. That's the problem.
And if I ever see you anywhere near me or my family, I will not hesitate to act in self-defense because you are a documented danger to other people.
Now,
Fuck
apparently,
off. No,
I got the impression that Terry is upset that he's not sharing any documented information about him being a danger to society. It's like, well, why didn't he share any of this? It's so strange.
if I say this person's name, they will ejaculate so hard that Wisconsin will flood. Not hydro, to be very clear. No, this is some really dedicated fucking weirdo.
Hydro drama,
but no, I won't say their name. The best part is I already know I'm going to get an email tomorrow about this. And he's probably going to contact the police saying I threatened to kill him or something because he's fucking stupid. So, well, good job, that guy, I guess.
So, yeah.
This is a message to you moms out there. It's all...
Oh, this one had made me teary-eyed. We don't have time to go down this rabbit hole and watch that. But what we do have to do, is we now have to pulls up the emails. And I don't know what it was about me that made him say, these people all commenting, I'm going to Google which account will give me their email address, and I'm just going to bug the shit out of them because I can't. I have no idea. So they started Friday. He tried including an email address that, before I even share this, let me say that it's not mine. It's not my phone number that it's a phone number. It's not my phone number though. It used to be years ago, so I don't know. I don't know where he got this from. But he took the comment that I made and he just highlighted it. I guess everything that was on that screen, copied and pasted it. Every Marie Warner, yes, that's my name. The Tricky Show, some old phone number that I haven't had for years. This is, oh shit. Well, oops, he put his phone number up. But apparently he wants everyone to have his phone number, I think. I don't know. But so, he included it because I guess apparently he wants me to call him and thinks it's just ridiculous that I haven't. That was one of the emails that he sent me that I got the impression that he wants me to call him. I'm not calling the dude. So he included the clip that it came from, the time, the original stream. So as you can see, Pepsi Man Pepsi. I'm pretty sure someone on the forums pointed out that Keita ran a red light on one of those covers. You want to talk about dangers? The current danger in Spicer is Nick Keita in a midlife crisis mobile. So I guess people made all those comments, and then includes the others clips. And to me, looking at this was just weird. And at one point, I was trying to explain to Terry. I'm like, Terry, this is what you should have done. You should have been like, dear so-and-so, dear Evie, whatever, or just Evie. My name is Terry Nimbers. I am the person that is currently being accused of stalking Nick Rekieta. I would like to share you my side of the story. Makes sense, right? perfectly good sense. No, no, that's not what Terry likes to do. And then I'm expected to be a mind reader. It's like, he didn't understand. He didn't understand my response. Like, I was like, I'm sorry, what is this? Because I was confused at first. Again, an old phone number. I just never know that. That's still my email address. But for some reason, every single time he replies to you, he wants to include that. And I don't know if he thinks that it intimidates me or something to see that, oh, he includes something that has my phone number that I don't use anymore. I have no idea. I don't understand it. It makes, I need somebody to help this make sense to me, because it does not make sense to me. I don't know what the point of this is here. It's I'm sorry, like, what is it? Because I was confused at first. I didn't understand, and there was all these attachments. I'm like, huh? I didn't. I'm sorry, I just didn't understand why I was getting this. He responds with, "What is this? I do believe it's called an email." And in there, there's something called a question. And the question is a response to something called a post that you made on social media. What? What is. And so then he's got all this other stuff. And some of it I don't understand what some of it is about. Like, he's got on here about that time that he talked about Alex Stein suing AOC. I don't understand. And then what is a functioning alcoholic? How does it differ from an alcoholic? And when he got, like, he, I guess he wanted me to understand that Nick Ricada is a functioning alcoholic. So I was like, I don't understand why you're emailing. Like, what was he emailing? Why was he? I do believe the idea was to do something called communication. Are you familiar with the concept of communication or not? And just to make sure that I understood what that is, he included, the definition. But then all this stuff from about Megan Fox. I don't I there to me, for me, if this was supposed to make sense, it lacked complete context for me. Like, all of this felt random and just joined in. Then it's got, and I guess he mentioned this because Ricado was talking about um, him being prepared to use deadly force, and that's why he included this, and that somehow threat of using deadly force was wrong. And then there was, like I said, it goes just on and on. And so I just responded. I was like, no, not really. And yes, I don't have the patience to read that. Forget writing it. Dude, it's crazy. Anyway, see, I have some of it I haven't even read. And so I just told him, he's like, well, you know what communication is? And I'm just like, no, not really. Are you sure? Because it looks like you're engaged in communication on a list of clips and a series of emails with me, right? He includes another of this random stuff. I just don't understand. I don't understand. And so at this point, like, I'm just laughing, right? So I'm at work. I'm reading this as I get the chance to. Um, so I didn't get the chance to immediately respond to that. So then he sends me this one. Are you capable of thinking for yourself, or you just blindly believe everything that clickbait Rakita says, Terry? And he includes all this other stuff about how I don't know. And I guess I know that there's a guy named Hydro that is having some sort of issue with them. So I guess these are all proof that Nick doesn't know what he's talking about. Um, when he complains that it's being stalked. So then I was like, I'm sorry I was at work. I deal with a special type of communication, and I'm just not sure you're ready for it. At this point, I'm trying to fuck with him as much as he's fucking with me. And he says, does your special type of communication have anything to do with you singing, hold the pickles, hold the lettuce, special orders, don't upset us? Yeah, that would be way over my head, wouldn't it? Make sure you read with a heavy dose of sarcasm. Based on your inability to engage in an intelligent, thought-provoking conversation, I'm thinking that I'm not intimidated by your special type of communication. And again, just more stuff included that I don't know what it's proof of. Is this proof of something? I don't have time to sit here and figure it out. And so I was like, no, it involves mind melding, crystals, candles, herbs. I tell you what, let me give you an example of how you should have come at me with. Hi, my name is Terry. I'm the one Nick claims is stalking him. May I provide better context? But hey, what you just said is going to be way better content when I go live tomorrow. And it is. And so then he's like, yeah, it doesn't sound like you're speaking a foreign language from an alternate universe, although I've dealt with your kind previously. My kind? Uh, what is my kind exactly? So I know you think that I live in a bubble, but I communicate with all sorts of important people, unlike you, on a regular basis. You will notice that I've been in communication with law enforcement from Click Bakerita's neck of the woods, something that I doubt you would ever consider doing. Who I said was the stalker Click Bakerita. Speaking of, did you bother to read the emails to Click Bakerita's attorney where I asked him if the client was going to name his alleged stalker? If Click Bakerita did say that I was the alleged stalker, that there would soon be an initial complaint report ICR associated with my statement to Leo, wouldn't there? Could that be the reason why Clickbait Rakita doesn't want to name his alleged stalker? Is your buddy Clickbait wanted to file a slap suit against me? Then I would report the perjured statements to Leo, wouldn't I? Make sure you include that in your little podcast, okay? I don't. Oh, it's all gonna be there. Because, like I said, I've got like different, something like at least five different PDFs that he sent me. Yes, I can't wait for you to read the Brady emails to me during your live stream, can I? And then again, he included this. I wonder who this guy is. He needs to copy those letters and read them. Level. Yeah, I wrote that. We've established that. I have no idea why. I just don't understand. So that's kind of the bulk of the communication that we've had there. Look at all the spam mail I get. This is fucking ridiculous. So that's kind of the bulk of it. I think there's some more stuff in here, but I want to get to the kind of meat and potatoes here. Is this does this got another important? Oh yeah, we should talk about how he He also messaged the Field of Greens people. We should talk about that. But again, since he loves including people's email and phone numbers, I've gotta hide that because I don't know what this email is, or this, I keep saying email, this phone number. Gotta edit it. I really hadn't had a chance to go through a lot of these, and I probably should have to make sure. I think what I'll have to do, I'll have to scroll up far enough not to see it, not to show his. Yeah, I can scroll up far enough that I guess you won't see his. Oh shit. Well, we'll come back to that one. Let's go. Let's go to the others. Like I have a whole bunch of them here. Fourth notice for form. Personal Lake Area Chamber of Congress. What is the status of a criminal complaint? Criminal complaint against Sheriff Eric Tolfston. I'm wondering what we should read first. Okay, this one that I share, I'm not worried about sharing any of it. It is a government official. You can find all of their information very easily. But look how long this is. This is 35 pages. What? And I have no idea what any of this has to do with Nick Rekieta. None whatsoever. What? I didn't even realize how long this was. Do I? I'm gonna have to read this entire damn thing, aren't I? I'm gonna have no voice. Holy shit. Well, let's see if I can get this large enough so that everyone can kind of follow along. Alright, so is there a date on when he sent this? No. And see, he's probably not even reporting it the right way. I'm gonna assume. Sorry for the crunches. So let's see what the deal is here. I have reason to suspect that I have clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence that Candaho County Sheriff Eric Tollefson has engaged in the criminal act of 609.43 misconduct of public officer or employee by his willful refusal to provide me with readily available free electronic public data for and related to a celebrity attorney, Nick Rekieta. In retaliation for me notifying and educating the county employees and officers of the county court of Tolfit's misuse of public resources, Tolfit has knowingly, intentionally, and maliciously blocked my email. Uh-oh. The electronic public data that I requested should have been provided to me via email either immediately or within a few days. Neither of those two things happened. Tolfit's actions resembled that of an owner of a private public relations firm instead of the actions of responsible or authority for the KCSO. Entitled, I don't know. See, I don't know anything about yet what it is that he has requested. So it's possible that they've done absolutely nothing wrong. And it's also possible that the things that he thinks that should be on file are not. And how do you prove the absence of something? Like, do you hire a third party to sue and sue to have a third party go through all the information? I mean, what else do you do? Sorry, y'all. I'm hungry. Welcome to our 4 viewers. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe button. And I really, really hope that, oh my god, if you really want me to read these entire 35 pages, there better be some Cash Apps and Venmos. Let me check in. Nothing yet. Seriously, y'all. This I deserve tips and tithes that you would normally give to the great Lawford. No. You should give all the tithes and all the super chats to the great Lawford because she is amazing. So let's see. So his reactions do not resemble that of an owner of a private public. His reactions resemble that of a Tolfson's actions resemble that of an owner of a private public relations firm instead of the actions of the responsible authority for the KCSO. Celebrity attorney Nick Rekieta is the self-described grifter who can be seen driving his 2022 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 while live streaming with no hands. Look, Ma, no hands on the car's steering wheel. Rekieta prostitutes himself online by charging anywhere from $200 to $500 for shots of alcohol while he drinks to entertain his live stream audience. He's prostituting himself. Man, see, here's the thing. I think it sucks that if a woman's prostituting herself, that means that it involves, showing her tits. Apparently, all as a man has to do is tell people, I will take shots for drinks. I'll take shots of my Pepsi. I mean, just how dare him? And look, we have numbers. We have things in here that's going to prove everything that he's saying. Oh my goodness. Rekieta process himself self-managed, running through 200 items for shots of alcohol while he drinks to entertain his live stream audience. Rekieta is also propagandist, see 16 and 17, who agitates 18. His audience with his use of fighting words, while at the same time conning them, 21. into thinking that the use of fighting words is protected speech. Not a lawyer, but it is not. Certain fighting words are not necessarily illegal. Rikita is a well-to-do 22 patriot for pay whose anti-government funding calls for the murder of elected officials and summary executions. 23, 24, 29. For some reason, I don't remember exactly it being that way, but we can get to that. For individual who Rikita assumes are pedophile. Oh, he's talking about how pedophiles belong on the wall. That's what he's talking about. Oh, maps belong on the wall. I got a lot of wall space right here. Plenty of places to put maps. Oh, goodness. Rikita apparently determines individuals are pedophiles through wild speculation. 29. Engaging in groupthink. Number 30. With online gossips and online conspiracy theories, plenty of mental gymnastics and shots of alcohol. And last but not least, a complete disregard for the facts and the truth. Oh my goodness. Finally, Rikita's propaganda also includes the glorification of and the promotion of and normalization of vigilantism. We'll definitely have to look at that because it's not the way I remember it. Did I forget to mention that Rikita's legal advice to his online guests is to lie to the cops during traffic stops? I don't know that his advice has ever been to lie. It's just that when a cop pulls you over and they're asking you like where you're going, it is my understanding that you do not have to answer them, and you do not have to necessarily tell them anything about where you're going and what you're doing. I mean, if they're pulling you over because say your tail light is over. Do you have reason to believe that this guy lives anywhere near Nick? Would the stalker be an actual threat in person or just an internet hater? I have no idea. I don't know a lot of the details of this guy. I just know that apparently he's been giving him a hard time ever since Montegraph was suing him. He apparently knows Montegraph or something. So we're getting that to now. Rikita is currently being sued for defamation by Steve Quest, aka Montegraph. It would appear that Quest considered Rikita's use of the fighting words pedophile and child molester that Rikita hurled at Quest to be defamatory per se. Both parties in the lawsuit are accusing the others of lying to the court. Well, yeah. What? Oh my gosh, this just... What? Am I really reading this? Am I really reading? Rikita is currently being sued for defamation by Steve Quest, aka Monograph, and it would appear that Quest considered Rikita's use of the fighting words pedophile, child molester, blah 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 blah. Both parties in the lawsuit because the other is lying to the court, and he's got all these numbers that I'm assuming are attachments related to attachments that he has in this. However, one of the truly unique features of this ongoing and high-profile drama is the fact that high-profile drama. It's all over MSNBC, you guys. Oh, Well, we'll get there. Common sense. We'll get there. But first, I have 35 fucking pages I have to read. Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. But yes, this is high profile, you guys. You know, we got the ladies on The View talking about this. It's all over MSN. It's truly high profile. However, one of the truly unique features of this ongoing high profile trauma is the fact that both officers of the court, Ricada and his attorney Mark Randazza, so why are they numbered? We're gonna have to figure out why they're all numbered. He's got Ricada numbered, he's got Mark Randazza numbered. Are apparently showing their absolute contempt for the local court. Contempt number 48. Why is 40? I don't understand. This is distracting for me. I need to know why the numbers are there. For the local court by both profiting off an unofficial and illegal recording of the April 10th motion hearing. I don't believe that this breaks any law whatsoever to do this. I don't think it does. I don't think there's anything illegal about it. It's part of a pucker record. Like if they wanted to, they could request, I believe, the entire video recording. Like there might be a charge for it, but I believe it's kept on file. Steve Quest versus Nicholas Robert Ricada. It would appear that some of Ricada's fanatics posted the unofficial illegal recorded audio of the hearing to benefit themselves, Ricada and Randazza. Please note that attorney Michael Madonna was criminally charged with contempt of court, willful disobedience to court mandate, and obstruct legal process, law of execution legal process in case number blah blah for simply using a camera to take pictures while court. That is complete. You're talking about two completely different things. All right. It is an entirely different thing for me to be actually in the court itself and taking pictures and etc. That is never allowed. But when you have a publicly available live stream, unless there is a standing court order, you are allowed to show that. Is these two things are completely different situations. State of Minnesota versus Michelle McDonald Shimoda for simply using a camera to take pictures take a few pictures while not in session. Of course, the Western Georgia Tribunes, Carolina Lanes, the Star Tribunes, and the Ross were magically mysteriously not charged. Let's see. You gotta get out of this for a second. So the West Central Tribunes, they were magically not charged when caught red-handed, illegal videoing the courthouse during the high-profile Brock Junkmeyer murder trial. Were they? I have reason to suspect both Tolflifson and Fisher are still mad at me for my exposing Lings and Ross stenographers and cheerleaders from corrupt local government, right? The thing that's funny to me is that the way that he's talking, that's actually the way that Monograph will do kind of the same thing. This is what's weird to me. The truly unique feature of this ongoing high-profile drama is that Rikita has apparently directed a true threat of unlawful deadly use of force at Quest. Rikita was laughing during the November 12th live stream when his guest and friend Megan Fox threatened to shoot Timothy Homestead for trespassing on property. Rikita actually threatened a second individual the same time he threatened Quest, but for some strange, mysterious reason, the normally talkative Rikita still refuses to name that individual. Why should... He's going on and on about... These numbers are his citations, I believe. They're probably his citation page at the end. Oh my god! The site... I'm afraid to look at the citation page and see how... I wonder how much of this is actually his complaint and how many of it is the citation page. Where? Rikita was laughing during the November 12th live stream when his guest and friend Megan Fox threatened to shoot Timothy Homestead. And I don't remember who Timothy Homestead is. I have no idea why the local PD should care whether or not Rikita was laughing about this. Because I can see that Rikita has anger issues and issues with alcohol, I decided, out of abundance of caution, to contact Candy Yohi Judicial Officer Jenna Fisher on Monday, January 30th. I wanted to know if Fisher were aware of Rikita's threats to Quest, and I wanted to know if Fisher had notified the court security of Rikita's threat. I certainly didn't want Rikita to ambush Quest and to execute him in the... What? What? He actually... Oh, thank goodness. I need tissue. See Exhibit T? What? What is happening? I don't understand. He actually thinks that Rikita is gonna ambush him? I need to interject here. The judicial officer Fisher didn't like me because I know all about all sorts of skeletons in her closet. Oh God. I gotta see if I wonder if he's emailed me anymore. Yeah, since I'm not a lawyer, there's some things here that I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what happened in 2006. He hasn't handed me information about what happened in 2006. You send me so much shit. Send me shit about what happened in 2006. What actually happened in 2006? You see, the skeletons have to do with Fisher knowing that evidence was illegally withheld from me, false charges were brought against me, and I was denied access to the Candiyahu. I don't know how to say it. Courts. Maybe the citations mean that it's there. Maybe we have it. Maybe in the citations we will get to what happened in 2006. When Fisher was just a lowly attorney. By the way, I still want that squad audio video that was illegally withheld from me. When will you share it to me? And speaking of illegally withheld data, I still want your current Walmart Police Department policy and procedure manual that I requested from you on Wednesday, February 26th. See Exhibit J. It is part of your known mandatory non-discretionary ministerial duty of your city of Wilmer employment to provide me with that data, isn't it? When will you file share it to me? By the way, your willful refusal to provide me with this readily available free ledger and public data wouldn't have anything to do with my damning information that former Wilmer City Administrator Charlene Stevens' willful refusal to comply with the Minnesota Government Data Protections Act cost her all the lucrative job opportunities, would it? I don't know. I don't know anything about the Minnesota Government Data Practices Act. I don't know. Finally, the true feature of this. The fact that. So somehow we've come full circle to this being about Nick Rekieta again. I don't understand. I don't know what the reason that Nick Rekieta won't say this guy's name. He's mentioned it having proof that he's a documented threat. Maybe he's tried to kill Fisher. I don't know. How would I know? I don't live there. I'm not in that state. Final truly unique feature of this ongoing high-profile drama is that Rekieta initially claimed Quest threatened to come to Rekieta's home. Now Rekieta alleges the Quest has made death threats to Rekieta and threatened to murder Rekieta. See, I'm trying to remember that because I don't see every single live stream, but we got citations. Of course, there's no surprise that Rekieta has failed to provide any objective evidence of these assertions. I don't remember if he has or he hasn't. Well, we have citations, and I guess the citations will tell us. I'm sorry. I was saying at the beginning, I am on this guy's radar because I responded to that clip that Alyssa Clips posted. Okay. I made a comment on there. And so now I become one of the people that apparently he is going to regularly email. And so he shipped me all this shit. And so we're just going through it. We're just reading it. And I don't know what to think about most of it. This appears to be part of Rekieta's strategy to weaponize his social media accounts and try to his defamation lawsuit in the court of public opinion. I mean, yeah. He is trying it in the court of public opinion. Yep, that's all it took. It was a very interesting comment. I wonder who this guy is. And I think Rekieta should read the complaints that he's filed. Rekieta apparently knows something about this guy that the rest of us don't. I don't know. That's the only thing that I can think of. For some reason, he won't say his name, but he's mentioned that he has a stalker several times. The two main reasons I initially submitted my Chapter 13 data request to Tollefson were 1. Obtain data to verify whether or not Rekieta has reported Quest to law enforcement for Quest's alleged threats to come to Rekieta's home. Obtain data to verify whether or not Judicial Officer Jennifer Quest has notified court security of Rekieta's apparently true threat to Quest. Because county personnel had previously illegally withheld Brady materials, solitary evidence from me, I wasn't sure if I was going to obtain the data that I was able to request for Rekieta. My suspicions were justified, since data is currently being illegally withheld from me. But how do you know? Okay, so Chapter 13 data request submitted, exhibited Wednesday. There may not be any data for them to share. That's the thing. And oftentimes you will get a response and saying, sorry, but there is nothing that falls under this act that we can share with you. And the thing of it is, if you want to try to prove otherwise, you're going to have to sue them. So, dude, if they have information that you think that they're supposed to be sharing with you, then file a lawsuit. So we got several exhibits here that are all the 13. Okay. So as the case as CEO responsible authority, oh my gosh, 71, 72, 70. It's Tolfan's known mandatory non-discretionary ministerial duty of the office chair to comply with the MGDPA and act with good faith when processing my request to provide me with data that I actually requested. I will show you how Tolfan's actions and the actions of the county personnel acting under Tolfan's unlawful orders resemble that of private relations firm. They, the thing of it is they can't share with you what they don't have. And he may very well have received information saying that they don't have it. And there is also a process that you have to go to request public information. If he's not doing it to the right place, he's not he's gonna have trouble getting a response. So, but he apparently has a whole thing that he filled out. So we can, well, I guess we'll get to take a look at those. But typically, you'll get some kind of response letting you at least know, I'm sorry, but we do not have any information that falls under the chapter 13 data request. So we'll see. Please note that the most current MGDPA policy manual for members of the public for the county was updated on December 20th, 2016. Unfortunately for the county, the MGDPA mandates that the MGDPA policies be updated by August 1st of each year, which means the current policy manual lists former Sheriff Dan Hartog as its current responsible authority. This is a prime example of the county's utter contempt for the MGDPA and individuals who request data from the county. I don't know. It's very possible that all of that may be true. I have no idea. But, excuse me, the fact that he wants to um, okay, on February 15, 2023 at 1:50 p.m., Deputy Kent Baldwin fulfilled my Chapter 13 Exhibit B by emailing the Policy Procedure Manuals, Exhibit D. On Sunday, February 9th, I submitted a second Chapter 13 data request for data related to the swatting at Rakita's home. The first response we found as Exhibit D that I received from Tolfan staff made it clear to me that Tolfan wasn't interested in complying with the MGDPA, but was more interested in simply giving the appearance of compliance. I came to this logical conclusion because I received a new 6ZIX security email from Carol Coleman on February 23rd. Sending me a Zix security email was wholly inappropriate because I did not request either private or confidential data. Instead, I requested public criminal investigative data and personal. Zix emails are encrypted. I I don't understand. He's mad that he got information, but they encrypted it. What? Instead, I requested public criminal investigation data and public personnel data. Zix emails are encrypted. There was no need to encrypt the public data. I certainly didn't authorize it to be encrypted either. Plus, I specifically requested that all my data be sent to my email. I consider this Zix email to be a violation of the KSCL policy that directs employees to not incite or not to provoke individuals to violence. What? What? Breaking news, everyone. Listen closely. This is important. Zix emails are violence. I just want to make sure that we heard that. Zix emails are violence. It's fucking harassment and it will not be tolerated. And I don't know, there is probably something about their policy that any email they give them, it's gonna, there's just, they encrypt everything. There's probably everything that they get sent is probably encrypted. I also consider this to be a form of harassment and an attempt to gaslight me. I have 4 different people watching this. I want to see here. I'm curious if one of them is him. Come on, if you're there, Lion, say something. I need to know more about the Zix emails, okay? Because Zix emails are violence. Violence, I tell you. This is cracking me up. This is just cracking me up. I really just... So again, 6 secure emails are violence. Violence. You can't say it too loud because there are eyes and ears everywhere. I also consider this to be a form of harassment and to gaslight me. Citation 86. These are not the actions of a public servant who is following the MGDPA. Instead, these actions are more in line with an individual who is part of a public relations firm or the actions of corrupt local so-called public servant. I don't understand. I hope he is. But I don't understand. I need to know. I need to understand why Zix emails are violence. I need to understand this. Show me on the doll where the Zix emails hurt you. Oh. I hope he's watching it. I'm probably going to get an email that I'm not watching your lame show. Which is totally, completely fine as well. But I was thinking about trying to have him on. And we could go through this together. And he could explain this all to me. Because I have to know. I have to know how Zix emails are violence. I gotta know. We're only on page 3, people. Only on page 3. When I emailed my complaint, in which I reported this incitement to violence and gaslighting, I included a pamphlet entitled Zix Advanced Email Encryption Datasheet. The datasheet explained how my data did not need to be encrypted, nor did it justify the KSCO's malicious actions of legally withholding the requested public data from it. Was the issue that he can't open a Zix Advanced Email datasheet? I don't. I don't understand. I don't understand. I gotta. We gotta hurry up here and get to all these numbers here so that we can understand how Zix advanced email encryption data violated anything. The data sheet explained how my data did not need to be encrypted, nor did it justify the KSCO's ambitious actions of illegal withholding. They they didn't withhold anything from you. They just, oh my god, they just encrypted it. They sent it to you. Maybe you didn't know how to open it. See Exhibit G. Apparently, Chief Deputy Ballman came to the realize that I was not going to be bullied into submission, nor be forced to eat the figurative shit sandwich that was oh my god. The data sheet explained how many did not, blah blah blah. I was not going to be able to use vision nor be forced to eat the figurative shit sandwich that was shoved in my face. I say that because, as you can see in Exhibit H, the Ballman provided me via email with the KCS policy procedure manual that I requested. Ballman's email also notified me that Judicial Officer Fisher had not notified the court security, had directed true threats of deadly use of force at Quest. Ballman did notify me that there was no mention of Quest were found in the Ricada data, which means that Ricada had never reported Quest for Quest alleged threats of coming to Ricada's home. Okay, and okay, so there was no record of that. Which means their kid had never reported Quest to the case of Quest's alleged threats, nor were there any mention of Rikita reporting Quest for the alleged threats of Quest murdering Rikita at a gas station or at Rikita's home. Which of course is not surprising, since Rikita was telling his audience that he did not expect it to be a serious threat to Rikita's safety nor his security. Oh, I mean, yeah, I think that might be true. Speaking of serious threats versus no serious threats, we have an example of Rikita making a serious threat of deadly use of force in a video that we can see obviously drunk Ricada running his mouth on how he would carve up and shoot any assailant who would dare to hurt his daughters. What? Oh my god. In the video, we can see an obviously drunk Ricada running his mouth on how he would carve up and shoot any assailant who would dare to hurt his daughters. He's speaking as a father with young children. Although these rants aren't true threats, the sick, torturous fantasies and summary execution fantasies that Ricada spewed in his video should be troubling to any one decent person who hears them. Tell me you do not have any daughters without telling me you don't have any daughters. And how it is that you feel about the possibility that somebody might hurt them. Like, seriously? The audacity of anyone letting people know that they would defend their daughters tooth and nail. It's just proof he has sick fantasies. Oh my god. So the data from Exhibit H, that's citation 96, included information for ICR, swatting incident at Ricada's home. After comparing the KSCO data and Ricada's accounts of swatting incident, I came to the reason why Ricada was receiving some special treatment from what? According to the data, Ricada was shot and killed his girlfriend, yet there was no indication that the KSCO deputy had made any attempts to speak to Ricada's wife, Kayla. They asked if she was alright, or asked if she had known of any other adult females in the house at the time of the swatting call. The deputy reported that he successfully initiated contact with Ricada only after he had contacted Ricada's mother-in-law. Yeah. Obviously, the deputy was very familiar with Ricada's family, which again is not surprising since Ricada made it clear when it was broadcast that he had buddies in local law enforcement. And I thought, he used to be a lawyer. I mean, yeah, I'm sure he knows. There's a lot more that he's said about these incidents. Um, at at these times, I think both of these times he was broadcasting live, and all the officer had to do was go back and look at his live and see that everything was fine. Like, I personally don't think that he's receiving any special treatment, but that could just be me. I mean, whatever. Obviously, the deputy was very familiar with Ricada's family, which is again not a surprise since Ricada made it clear one of his broadcasts. He had buddies in local law enforcement at the local jail. The data that I did receive indicated that proper criminal investigations was not being followed when dealing with celebrity journal Nick Ricada. Ricada was magically and mysteriously exempt from thorough investigation and apparently above suspicion. Depending on what they find when a police officer makes contact with one individual, and considering the totality of information, they're not going to investigate it further. The Davis indicated was magically mysteriously about suspicion 103, 104 because he and his family members were buddies with local law enforcement officials because Regatta still made his status. I don't really think that it had anything to do with that, but okay. I said data that I did receive. There was data that I did not receive. The data that I did not receive was an email containing an audio file that was to be dictated into an incident report. Pursuant to the legal concept of violation of evidence, I have no reason to suspect that the audio files outline special treatment. Oh my god. I have reason to suspect that the audio file outlines special treatment that celebrity Nick Ricada was receiving from the KCSO because the audio file containing data that was going to undermine the credibility of Tolson ordered to either withholding the damning data from me. There's a lot of accusations here and no proof. If he hadn't any proof whatsoever, he would not be sending a 35 long page like this. He would be suing the fuck out of them. This guy, wow. Oh lord. Tolifin hatched a plot to illegally withhold the damning email and damning audio file from me. Assuming, I guess that there's an email. I guess that there's supposed to be an audio file. I don't know. I'm not from that area. I'm not familiar with their rules and their procedures. I don't know that there's supposed to be an audio file, and I don't know that that audio file is subject to the request for data like he thinks it is. But let's see, there's more. Tollefson hatched a plot to illegally withhold the damning email and damning audio file from me. Tolkien's plot started off with Tolkien lying about ICR 2200-182 not being the server for the KSCO. See Exhibit 1, which is why I submitted my Chapter 13 to you. See Exhibit J. Again, still waiting for my data from you. Armed with your response, sans attached data, I submitted another Chapter 13 data request to Tolkien on Monday, February 27th, 2023 at 10:16 a.m. See Exhibit L. According to Tolkien's own policy, Tolkien is not It's not to be lying to me during administrative sessions as processing my chapter request. I don't understand how he knows that Tolkien's lying to him. I'm so confused. If I were to see this, I'd be more concerned about this guy than Nick. The weird thing is, now, if any of this obviously not were true, it wouldn't be taken seriously. The weird thing is now, if any of this is obviously not were true, it wouldn't be taken seriously. If I ever see this, I'd be more concerned about this guy than Nick. This is weird. Some of this is weird. Some of this doesn't make any sense to me. But then again, I'm not familiar with the Chapter 13 data request for that area. I don't know what information falls under that and what information doesn't. Every state kind of has variations of sunshine laws. Okay, I see what you mean. So I don't know. I don't know what ICR 2200-182 says. I don't know what proof he has that he's being lied to. So let's see. Tolson lying to me wasn't a surprise. I can personally testify to that. The so-called justice system is one huge lie. And Credo was kind enough to back me up on this point by stating in a broadcast that he has permanently and Winston Leo's lying under oath while they were on the witness stand. Just because I agree with Ricada on certain points does not mean that I agree that his data should be exempt from scrutiny for the public, which is why I should have had Ricada's data months ago and told us to misuse about read or that just Ricada's personal public relations firm is the reason why I still don't have that data. The data may not be there. I don't know. We've got to look at it and see. I don't know. This is weird to me. I've only dealt with filing public information requests when it comes to certain things, and sometimes it can be harder to get information than what you think it might be. Things that seem to you like it should be public information, they're like, no, that's a private individual. The FBI will tell you we can't release information about a private individual. But I'm asking about ongoing investigations, and unless I mention a specific person, how are you supposed to know what ongoing investigation I'm talking about? So, I don't know. There are loopholes and ways for them to get around having to release information, and it can suck, but they have them. So, on Thursday, March 9th, I asked Holton the following question: is it or isn't it your known mandatory non-discretion of ministerial duty to timely process my Chapter 13 data request? The email prompted the following response from Tollivan on March 10th. The information that you requested will be made available for review at our office during regular business hours. And that may be true. They may be allowed to do that. I don't know. Here we have evidence of more gaslighting and more provocations. As you remember, my readily available free electronic public data was being emailed to me. Now the head of Ricardo's organizations firm. I'm sorry. Yeah. Decided. Oh my god. Decided to make the readily available cost prohibitive. The new plot twist and Sullivan's malicious ploys for me to get in a vehicle and drive 52.1 miles in about 57 minutes so I can view but not pick up the requested data. You remember that County Chief Deputy Ken Bauman was briefly emailing me data Sullivan now only wants me to view. I can look at the readily available free electronic public data, but I just can't touch or possess the data. I don't know. It depends on what data we're talking about, and I don't know. On Friday, March 10th, I asked Tolfin the following: You wouldn't be trying to provoke me in order to incite me to violence with your retarded suggestion, would you? No, I want to receive my readily available free electronic public data via email, just like I did when I received your KCSO policy and procedure mail, unless you would rather that I just go ahead and sign my name to a complaint. See Exhibit O. As I stated earlier, the information you requested will be available for you to view at our office during regular business hours. As you can plainly see, just more provocation, more gaslighting from the head of public relations firm headed by Tolfman. No Ricada data was emailed to me. There are some suggestions to these sort of things. And what I would need to do is I would need to contact Officer Tolleverson about this specifically and ask him why did he need to come to the office and view this particular information. Because he may very well be perfectly within his rights to say, no, you need to come to the office. Wonder if he's included the phone call. On Friday, March 17th, 2023, I decided to make a recorded phone call to Bauman. Apparently, this phone call was the final straw for Tollefson. He includes his phone number that apparently he wanted me to actually call that number. This is Terry Nippers. It's Friday, March 17th, 12:03 p.m., and I'm trying to figure out what is going on with my Chapter 13 data request for your ICR 2008554. Note the correct ICR number is 22001824. Huh? Okay. You know the one that your sheriff Eric Tolson made the wild, outrageously, and blatantly false claim that that ICR number wasn't yours. You know, it's for the March 17th, 2022 swatting that's involving Nicholas Robert Ricada. You know, the apparently very rich celebrity attorney who lives in Spicer, Minnesota. So, celebrity attorney. Like, what? Is he like the Kim Kardashian of celebrities? Like, Nick Data does very, very well for him. Well, I mean, I have a Gmail phone number that I could use. I mean, they can't do anything to me for calling them. It's not illegal for me to call them, but I don't know that I want to go that much into it. So I'm trying to figure out why your sheriff has instructed you to not email me the email that the deputy 335 2TA the recorded incident report. Why he's ordered you to not send that to me? Because wouldn't that be an illegal order? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because that's my understanding that it's your sheriff, non-known mandatory non-discretionary ministry of his office to make sure that I receive that data. And it sounds like he wants me to make sure that I wait. It's my understanding. Yeah, I lost my spot. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because it's my understanding that it's your sheriff's not to make sure that I receive the data. And it sounds like he wants me to come drive all the way down to the county to view it instead of having you email it to me, like you email the policy and procedures manual that says that you're supposed to ignore to disobey unlawful orders, correct? So I'm just trying to figure out if you're going to obey the illegal order or do your advertised job and email me the readily available free electronic public information. That's what I'm trying to find out. Oh, and by the way, do you need someone to call in and dispatch to report that these apparently threats of deadly force on Steve Quest that Merkid says? If I threat you show up on my property, you'll have about 8 seconds to fucking leave. By the way, you won't get much warning. I'll treat your best defense as a fucking threat. Fuck you. You know that Nick Mercado made on January 18th, 2023. And by the way, do you need someone to call in to dispatch? Well, yeah. They would need somebody to file. I mean, I get what you're saying. But he thinks that he has my email now, and he doesn't, or my phone number now, and he doesn't. Um, and if I use my Google phone number, all I would have to do is change it, or I can just email the guy and say, hey, what further information can you provide me on this? So yeah, he would have to actually file an official report. That's what I need to know because I'd be glad to call it in to dispatch. I don't think he needs to call it in to dispatch. I just think that he needs to go. I think there's a way for him to file it online electronically, possibly, or he needs to go and he needs to speak into an officer and file an actual report. And I'll get an ICR number, and go from there. So anyhow, I'm just trying to figure this all out. But honestly, unless you intend to show up at his property, it's not much of a threat. There's no real. What's. I mean, you're not going to show up at his property, right? So what fucking difference does it make if he has threatened to shoot you if you show up at his property? Because you're not going to, right? Because you're a decent guy, right? So, how I'm trying to figure this all out, I like to get my information today. Again, Terry numbers, when I don't hear from you, I'll be calling you back. Bye now. We have so much more than we need to read, and we have been on here for. Well, I actually have two two different channels here. And the one channel that I'm broadcasting to, it's monetization um, is in progress. I've never been very good at turning anything into a grift, honestly. That's why I still have a full time job. And I don't really think that I'm going to be able to do it very much longer because it appears I have something called thoracic outlet syndrome. And I don't know that it's going to get any better um, if I continue to work this job. So we'll see. I have a doctor's appointment today. So I would appear that this phone call I would appear that this phone call to Baldwin resulted in Paulson blocking my email county-wide. I found out that my email was blocked on March 2023 when I submitted a Chapter 13 data request to attorney Shane Baker. See Exhibits Q, R, and S. You should know that Shane Baker doesn't like me either. The quick trip down memory lane movie of the Shane Baker is the one who moves to prosecuted me and the same one who legally withheld my evidence from me. You know, that damning squad video where it demanded to see a judge pursuant to MS 169.91. You know, the damning video that both your former police chief David Weifels and your former Wilmer City Administrator Charlie Laser were conspiracy conspiring to illegally withhold from me, right? The damning video I still want from you. Anyway, back to Tolls. These people are probably like, what the hell is he talking about? I don't know that maybe there is a video that for something that he was supposed to get. He never did. I don't know. I do not know anything about that. I would have to contact attorney Shane Baker, I suppose, and ask Shane Baker, hey, can you shed some light on this? I suspect that Tolson has decided to buy into Celebrity Attorney's brand of online vigilantism, hook, line, and sinker. Oh yeah, he's like, I like what I see. Let's do it. Which is why Tolson would be willing to think and act like he is above the law when it comes to prosecuting my Chapter 13 data request for Nick Ricada data. Apparently, Tolson is so invested in Ricada's propaganda that he is acting like a private public relations firm for Ricada instead of a public servant. It is Tolson's known mandatory, non-discretionary, ministerial duty of his office to provide me with the Ricada data that I legally requested. I have a reason to suspect that part of the reason Tolson is illegally withholding my requested data is because the requested data would confirm the fact that Ricada has been receiving special treatment during swatting investigations. I don't know. I do know that Ricada has talked like when they get these swattings now, they look and they check to see whether or not Nick Ricada is or mine. I think he might have mentioned something like that. I guess they don't have a SWAT team there to respond to this crap. And in cities where they do, people have had, hard time with it. These things can get people killed. So so let's see, where are we? I reason to suspect that part of the reason Tolson is illegally withholding my requested data is because the questioning will confirm the fact that Ricada was doing special treatment during the swatting investigations. They're only going to investigate it as far as what the initial information shows. If they have reason to believe that something is wrong with his wife, that there's something suspicious about his behavior, then they're going to be like, hey, can we talk to your wife? I don't know. The data might even indicate that Ricada implicates Gimme Farms buddies in the swatting incident. Maybe Ricada mentioned his bouts of depression to his cop buddies. Maybe the deputy noted that Ricada was drunk during the swatting interview. Who knows? Tolson knows, doesn't he? I want my requested data. That being said, I doubt that you will take my valid complaint seriously. How can you take my valid complaint seriously when you, the city of Wilmer, are currently withholding regularly available free electronic public data from me? It actually looks like both you and Tolson have created a public relations nightmare for yourselves. I'm so glad I'm here to educate the public on your public relations. Oh my god. Pursuant to MS 13.04 sub D3, I'm requesting the initial complaint report number for my filed complaint to be emailed to me at Lion News gmail.com. Oh my god, the footnotes. Oh, why did you include your address in that, dude? Oh my god. Glad we scrolled past that quickly. Footnotes. Number 1, 609.43. Misconduct of public officer employee. A public officer employee who does any of the following for which there is no other. Oh my gosh. Is the rest of this all footnotes? We're on page fucking 6. Oh my god. Common sense superhero. All the 4 people that are you gotta start sending me like $1 per page here, people. $1 per page. If you really want me reading this shit, I need to start demanding $1 per page. Is there anything here? Let me check the window. Nothing on Venmo. Fuck all of you. Ugh. He included the definition of celebrity? Are you fucking kidding? The footnote includes the definition of celebrity. Oh my god. Must maybe sentenced to imprisonment for not more than 1 year or to a payment of fine of not more than 3,000 or both. I don't know that we have any definitive evidence that they have done this. I do not know. I do not know enough about the laws of Minnesota to say that they've been doing anything wrong. Now we have the definition of celebrity, Minnesota law, your public decision, search of Minnesota law, your record of public discipline, and or disability information. Okay. I don't know. I think that Kana might have addressed this, and there was something that he needed to get fixed with it. I don't remember for sure. I honestly though, I don't really care. I don't really care whether or not he has an actual LLC. Like, okay. Oh wait a minute. I thought that was the end of it. I guess that wasn't the end of it. Okay. Wait a minute. There, there was some of this that he seems to be restating. I'm confused. I'm so glad I'm here to educate the public on your public relations nightmare. Which, and now it seems like we've jumped to a weird place that I'm confused by. Apparently, so history has probably that he's acting like a public relations investigator instead of a public servant. It seems like we've already read this. That being said, as soon as you would take my valid complaint seriously, how are you gonna take my? Oh yeah, duh. We're at the wrong spot. We are professionals here. We are professionals here. Okay. Public. So here we go. Um, more information about his LLC. Number 7, a response time is neither prompt nor reasonable, although the department did not provide information about its data practice policies and procedures. And this is like this one. Those procedures ought to provide for a response within a matter of days, not weeks. Advisory Opinion 95-042, October 31st, 1995, Minnesota Department of Children, Families, and Learning, October 31st, 1995, Special Response Data Request, Statutory Construction. 13.03, access to government data, subdivision 1, public data. All government data collected, created, received, maintained, or disseminated by government entity shall be public unless classified by statute or temporary classification pursuant to 13.06 of federal law as non-public or protected non-public, or respect to data on individuals as private or confidential. And that may have something to do with whether or not he has this guy is definitely not alright. I don't know. I think he's a pretty good writer. I mean, it's all very well thought out. I just don't know that that everything is quite correct. Because as I said here, as a non-public or protected non-public or respected data on individuals as private or confidential. There could be a reason that he would have to go to the police station to view that information he was wanting to view. I don't know for sure. Responsible authority in every government entity shall keep records containing government data, such as an arrangement and condition as to make them easily accessible and convenient use. Photographic, photostatic, microphotographic, or microfilm records shall be considered as accessible for convenient use, regardless of the size of records. That doesn't mean that they can't. No, that doesn't mean that they can't ask you to come in and view it. I don't know. There would be some people that I would have to follow up with. And ask for their side of it. And I don't know yet that I want to do that. But no, 9, equity academic awards are unfair. Mean words are mean. That's good. It's handled. Oh, this is a. He was referring to one of his live streams in that. Number 10, Illinois gun armor stopped by court and timer was BTFO. Directly BTFO'd in court by injunction citing to Bruin, the most recent Supreme Court ruling. Then we'll list garbage in. Prostitute. Why is he included? I remember him mentioning something about Rikita prostituting himself, but this means that he had to include the definition of prostitute. I realized today this is a weird thing, but I realized I did not eat. I have not eaten today at all, so my first meal will be on Locals after the show, but I was busy all day. Like, I'm normally busy. Our nanny called in sick, and so I was busy all day. Doing a bunch of shit that I don't really have to do. Yeah, so to eat, so very weird. So yeah, Alex Radcliffe says, wait, I read that one. Dapper Wolf read that one. Mr. Bentham, how much military special tequila, named prize. If you want me to do a shot of military special tequila, it's going to be $200 in one shot. This is not, yeah, so this is referencing when he was telling the people were going to have to. I mean, so he's telling people, hey, for X amount of money, I'll drink something. Okay. That's not unethical. It's not proof of him doing anything wrong. I don't understand what this proves. I think I may have seen this, and I just found it weird and funny and crazy that anyone would. So the 13 implicated, I just have to find the right one outside of studio C. By the way, we'll be talking about that soon. Don't care about that. That's not important. Fuck, where is it at? I have this on my fucking phone. Oh wait, wait. I think I was on logos. Pardon me, guys. I'm so absolutely trash. I know it's very unprofessional of me, but eat a cunt. I don't. I don't remember why he said that. So big whoop. He told someone to eat a cunt. I guess this is an example of him being an alcoholic, and this is why he's so dangerous. He's telling people to eat cunt. He's dangerous, dangerous. And then here's more information about him being an alcoholic. I think that's why all of this was. See, like, oh my god, I'd have to go back and open this on a separate fucking thing to see what all of these were referencing. But it's 35 pages, and so far, what's so fucking long is all the citations. You don't. So, then what? He's admitting, I'm hammered. I'm going to bed. Probably a good idea. Sleep it off. Don't stream while drunk. But seriously, like, I would have to have two separate things open here. And I don't think I do. I don't have two separate things open here, so I can't. Well, let me open two of it. Can I do that? Because I would absolutely need to have something to go back here. Okay, so here's where okay. Wait a minute, I got it here. I'm gonna open two different ones here. Because unless there's so many citations, then unless you go back through the document and see, I can't be expected to remember. I just can't. So let's get this here. I'm going to stop sharing the screen here for a second. Entire screen. Alright, so I have this open twice here. And we're just gonna get through this the best that we can, okay? Alright, so we are still on Somebody attorney created a self-described picture who would be seen driving his 2022 Ford Mustang Shelby while live streaming with no hands. That was citation 910. Is this the one? That's why I think this is the one that he was. I guess these are examples of him driving. I'll show you what he's referring to.
Throughs. All right, so we actually have some good news for a change, which I know lately is a surprise, right? Because everything seems to be going directly into the garbage can when it comes to America. But, Illinois tried to implement an assault weapons ban, and despite the Supreme Court
I'm just looking through this
making
trying
a
to see at
pretty
what
clear
point
statement in
we see
and
both
securing my
hands
life, I don't know about you.
off the
Keep
wheel.
recognizing and keep shutting down this intrusive, abusive form. It's going to keep happening. It is the
See,
name
as
of the
far, as
political
far as we
game
know, he's
in the
got at least
2020s, and wokeness
one
and
hand on the wheel
liberalism
at all
rule
times.
the fucking day.
So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, dude. All right, so that's the example of what he was talking about there. As far as I can tell, there was no significant time that he did not have uh, both hands on the steering wheel. I mean, he was not having to hold the the camera actually in his hands. I need more to drink. Holy cow, we're going on 2 hours because this damn thing is 35 pages long. We are not getting to everything that you put in here today. I'm not going through 5 hours. This is just not happening. All right. states have rules about distracted driving. Um, and whether or not he was actually doing anything reckless, whether or not he was doing anything reckless, it's going to depend on the laws on distracted driving in that district. I do not live in Wisconsin, so I have not researched their laws on this whatsoever. I mean, I know that like in Ohio where I live, we can't be constantly texting, right? We can't be doing that. That is considered that you do not have potential control of the vehicle because you are distracted. Okay? So if they find that you appear to be texting, if you in fact I think if you appear to be talking on the phone in Ohio, I don't think that you're allowed to be doing that and driving at the same time. Um, or you just have to be sure that you're using a hands-free thing. Um, I don't really actually know which it is. Ever watched Truck Driver Channel? They are obviously driving. As CDO holder myself, there is nothing I've seen that specifically mentions live streaming, as long as it is hands free. Yeah, and so you may be right about that. I am not an attorney. I am a shit poster. I just like to, read things and comments on things. And right now, I am having a shit ton of fun going through this. I mean, there may be some things I might be willing to give this guy the benefit of the doubt on. Maybe there is information that they're supposed to be giving him that they're not giving him. I don't know. The only way I'm going to know any of that is if I contact this. But look, already. So here's the interesting thing about this to me. This is insane. So on the first page alone, he has 35 different citations on the first page alone. Like, he didn't need all of this. He did not need all of this. This is just insane to me. And so much of it feels like really irrelevant to me. I don't. Finally, Ricada's propaganda also includes the glorification of the promotion of the normalism of evangelism. That is number 32. So let's take a look at that. Oh my gosh. Let's skip around here a little bit because there's so much fucking shit here. It's insane. This is 31. Where's 31 mentioned? And last and not least, but a complete disregard for the facts and the truth. Number 31. So this one is from the creator. Yeah, what else did he do? Oh, he recorded this, I called it a snuff film. He says it's not actually a snuff film because no one actually died in it, but it's Joker from Better Bachelor Laughs. It's so the fun thing is that I've heard about this hearing, but I haven't actually, like I said, I haven't listened to it yet, so I don't know. Apparently, Montegrass lawyers spend much time complaining about me Gestures with bilateral quotes, threatening to rape him. Oh my god. What I said was, if this goes discovery and beyond, I'm going to fuck your ass in court. In court being the operative word here. You're using figurative language. How does this, what does he think that this implicates him in? So what is this implicating him? And I don't understand. This was supposed to be evidence that he... Rekieta apparently determines individuals are pedophiles through wild speculation, engaging in groupthink, with online gossips and online conspiracy theories, plenty of and tobacco, and last but not least, a complete disregard for the facts and the truth. So number 31. So he's saying that all of this is completely untrue. And he has proof that all of that is completely untrue. Okay. Then so we got the definition of vigilantism here, and finally, Rikita's propaganda also includes the glorification of the promotion of and normalization of vigilantism. 32, 33, 34, and 35. Okay. Now let's see. I'm going to here. Someone asked for a picture. I'll put it up here. Boom. Here we go. There he is. That's the guy. Young guy. So he kept looking at his daughter, kept trying to talk to his daughter while she was walking home from school and shit. Knew he was thunder. He's like, "Now get the fuck off." The guy just kept doing it. Kept seeing him like park through the playground weird stuff, and I just went over and killed the shit out of him. By the way, the guy he killed had multiple. Like he had served his time for prior pedophilia. There were multiple ongoing complaints that were not being addressed by the government. And I said this: if the government does not start addressing the child predator problem, communities will address child problem. Yeah, they will. They may not address any other, but you are fucking with these children in the community, and the community will kill you. Timestamp 105:45. The government doesn't intervene, and the government doesn't want vigilante justice, blood in the streets. They're going to have to start punishing these people for real, not for pretend. No sentence for you. You're on the sex offender registry, but you get to live right next to a kindergarten. Please don't touch kids. She said they're going to have to stop them. They're going to have to stop them, or we're going to, or again, you're going to have to. We're getting to the stage. I kind of. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to miss your stuff here. Common sense. I spend hours and hours on the phone while driving. Nothing illegal. I have a headset. Okay. Same thing. Just chalky. I've been pulled over and put through level T. Not special while phone. Nothing illegal with a headset. You hang up out of courtesy with the trooper. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. How long does it take this guy to describe all this? I wish I had this kind of free time. I don't know. So, this is just straight up his opinion. But, yeah, what he's saying is true. If people in the community do not feel that the child's sexual predator abuse problem is being appropriately handled, they will handle it themselves. They will take matters into their own hands. But he says, I think I remember watching this, and I said this: if the government does not start addressing the child predator problem, communities will address the child predator problem. They may not address any other criminal act, but you start fucking with children, the community will kill you. Well, yeah. if the government doesn't intervene, if the government doesn't want vigilante justice to blood in the streets, they're going to start punishing these people for real, not for pretend. Where's the lie? Where's the lie in any of that? I mean, it's true. I don't particularly agree with vigilante justice, but he's not wrong. That's exactly what is going to happen. Okay. Finally, the creator's propaganda also includes the glorification of the promotion and the normal. Did I forget to mention their creator's legal advice to his online is to lie to the cops during traffic stops? You actually don't have to legally answer anything they say to you or tell them the truth at all. So 34, I remember this. What was this proof of? This was proof of vigilantism? No, it wasn't. This was about this has nothing to do with vigilantism. This had to do with paid, hired hands. Gotta get this off screen. Showing up at this guy's door and demanding to be let in. Like, this had nothing to do. This had nothing to do with vigilantism. You know, and if you live in Texas, you have this big kind of. There are states that you have this big kind of stand your ground law, which kind of gives you a little bit more free range in some instances, as I think, to use deadly force. Again, not a lawyer. You have questions about that, talk to a lawyer. I'm just stating kind of my general understanding of the way the law works. But what is any of this actually proof of? I don't understand. And here he is talking about lying to the cops. So people kind of take this advice: don't talk to the cops really, really literally, and you should. I mean, if you really want to protect yourself from a ticket, not talking to the cops is the way you want to protect yourself. But what you're talking about is protecting yourself, right? You're talking about what is basically being candid, just asking for a little bit of mercy, and that's the way to do it. But on the other hand, I got pulled over by a really pissed off cop, and I was definitely speeding. The problem was I thought I was on a different road. I don't know. And this is general advice that that a lot of lawyers will give you. Cops pull you over. He goes, "Do you know why I pulled you over? No. Why are you going to say yes and implicate yourself? No. Don't do it." Say no. Do you know? How do you know how you? He says, "Do you know the speed you really know? Do you know what the speed limit is? Nope. Do you know where you are? No, not at all." And then he gave me a warning. He's like, "Okay," because he could actually tap my words to put me down to a ticket. And this guy was pissed, right? Like he was. He came up to the car. He was high. He was angry. He's kind of like F puffy. And I was like, well, I just gotta say no to literally everything that he says. Because otherwise, you get an admission. Well, duh, yeah. If an officer asks if you know that you're speeding, don't tell them yes. Because that will go into an official report that, well, he admitted that he was speeding. No. Oh my god. So did you see the ad? No. Fuck you. Fuck you and your stupid fucking ads. I don't see your fucking ads. No man to government advertising. Do you? Have you figured out what pissed this guy off in the first place? Try to understand even giving this guy the benefit of the doubt, but this just sounds like the rambling of a crazy person. The average, everyday person would read this and be confused. Yeah, some of it I'm totes confused about as well. As far as I can tell, he seems to be connected to Monograph in some way, who is currently suing Nick Rekieta for calling him a child molester. Um, so yeah. And so this was still him going on about lying to the cops during a traffic stop. But yeah, this is what any lawyer will tell him. And they ask you, where are you going? Do not tell them. It's not really. You could have been coming back from taking your dog to the vet, dropping your dog off at the murders. What does that have to do with them pulling you over for speeding? Nothing. You just say, oh, well, I'm just out for a drive. They don't, it's none of their business if you're coming back from the groves. You're not obligated to tell them that. And when they ask you, did you know you were speeding? Oh, no, I didn't. You haven't seen the you haven't seen all these billboards we have? What billboards? I don't pay attention to billboards. You're not supposed to be paying attention to billboards. You're supposed to be paying attention to the fucking road. You're pulling me over for distracted driving because I was driving a phone number, and you're wanting to know whether or not I was paying attention to your fucking billboards. You want my eyes on the road, right? So, I don't think that we're going to go through all of this because some of this is just freaking ridiculous. I want to get to these data requests because I think that he did send me a separate email, but it's kind of looking like he has them attached here, which is what makes this so freaking long. We need to look at the Zix advanced email encryption. Okay, here we go. Remember, y'all, Zix advanced email encryption is violence. Yep, violence. It's violence, violence, I know. So, why is Nimber's public data being encrypted and being stored on the servers via new Zix secure email instead of being emailed to Nimber's email box? Okay, so Eric told us in. That's the sheriff's number. It's a publicly available number. I am not doxing him. Could you please explain to me why I'm not doing sitting on your server? Why are you encrypting public data? I am going. Okay, I'm going to make a speculation here, and I'm going to just speculate that they have a standard encryption that they have to use because this is a government entity. That this is not doing anything that prevents anyone from still having access to information. It's just that it's coming off a government server. It has to be encrypted. It has to be protected. And instead of just, selecting which ones get encrypted, everything's just encrypted. They have to make sure that their system cannot be hacked. That's what makes sense to me. But I'm not an IT professional, so I could just be completely spitballing here. But remember, y'all, it's violence to encrypt your emails. They're trying to incite him. Could you please explain to me why my public data is sitting on your server? And why you are encrypting public? Because they encrypt servers. Why was... I don't understand. Why was the Chief Deputy Ballman able to send me the entire and complete KCSO policy manual to my email box, and your Carol Coleman can't send me public data to my email box? Where is my public data that I requested going to be entering my email box? P.S. Your Carol Coleman wouldn't be trying to provoke an incident with me, would she? Oh my god. News secured email message from Carol.Coleman at kcn.us. Open message to view the secure message. Click open message. Secure message expires on May 23rd. Do not reply to this notification. This message was auto-generated by the security system. To reply to the sender, click open message. If clicking open message does not work, copy and paste the link into your net browser address. Want to send and receive your secure message transparently? Click here to learn more. Want to send and receive your messages transparently? Oh, look, you have the option to do that, dumbass. Apparently, you can have whatever you're sending not be encrypted. That isn't that what it's saying? Isn't that it saying that that's the way it works? Oh my gosh. Text messages are signed by standard encryption. Important according to Google Magic. This, oh my god. There is nothing illegal about any of this email encryption that they're doing. I don't understand. This makes no sense. Government servers in government emails have basic standard encryption services because they don't want their system to be hacked. And it's going to cover their system. It's going to cover the incoming and outgoing messages. It's going to cover interdepartment communication. It says here that automatic bi-directional email encryption, simplified implementation, policy-based email protection and data loss prevention, automated key management, simple policy-based TLS of security all over, complete interface for senders and recipients, multiple secure delivery options. They have to have standards for by which every information, all of their servers, they have rules in place to protect the servers and keep them from being hacked. That's all this does. Email is the most vulnerable aspect of your business. It's all too easy for employees to send sensitive information over the internet, but if you secure it, you raise your passive threat defense and empower everyone to communicate safely outside of your network. Zix scans the contents of all your outbound email and automatically encrypts and quarantines based on the policies you define, creating an email environment to secure your mailbox far beyond its native capabilities. What is the problem with it being encrypted? I don't understand. I'm so confused. Secure email instructor Allied has implemented a sophisticated secure email service from Zix Corporation that scans outgoing email messages from Allied and automatically encrypt messages that contain protected health information for clients and trading partners that are currently Zix Corp customers. Be required to access Allied's secure email web portal to retrieve encrypted messages. Access to the secure email web portal is facilitated through a link in the email notification message. An example of secure email notification is shown below. No peace officers shall ridicule, mock, deride, taunt, belittle, willfully embarrass, humiliate, or shame any person to do anything unreasonably calculated to incite a person to violence. How are they trying to incite you to violence? They just have their emails are just automatically encrypted. There's what is I don't understand. Public data does not it being public data does not mean that it just sits on an unprotected server for hackers to have access to and apparently exploit that to then, screw up your entire system. I I don't understand. Look at this. Okay, I think we got some information here that's possibly going to be easier for me to read if I go to his other emails. Please email file show me. When he sent you that link to the encrypted email, she was file sharing it with you. I don't. I'm sorry, but this is insane to me. Line News Canada Attorney Fisher aided and abetted in Denver's malicious prosecution. Well, let's see what this is. Oh, oh, oh. Do we have Lion News? We have his actual OMG. Okay. We've got to share this.
Okay, it is September 25th, 2013, 10:31 a.m., calling Jenna Carrude Fisher, Candioi County Attorney.
He's pulling a. Oh my god, he's pulling a.
Thank you for calling the Candioi County Attorney's Office.
This is what
If
Steve
you know
Quest
the
does. She
extension of your party,
randomly.
you may dial it at any time. Or you may press 9 to access a dial by first name directory. To reach the Restorative Justice Program, which includes the Diversion Service and the Victim Services Coordinator, please press 1. You may leave a message at this extension by pressing 8, and it will be forwarded to the appropriate person.
I want to absolutely show you can hear this. Hold on a second. I think I have something that will boost the quality of the sound, or at least I used to. So this is his claim about malicious prosecution. No, that's not it. Okay, there we go. Volume booster.
If you wish to speak with the receptionist, please press 0. Please hold while I transfer your call.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
Well, I'm doing super. Can't complain on a beautiful sunshiny day like today.
Right?
Say, is Jenna Fisher in?
She is not.
Okay. Let's see. Is John Callistad in?
I can check to see if he's available. May I ask who's calling?
Yeah, I'd like not to be put onto a voicemail. I'd like to actually find out if he's there, and then, you tell me and I choose to be on the voicemail or not. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I get your name so that I can
Sure.
know when to accept?
Sure. My name is Terry Nemmers.
Very good. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's just one moment.
Thank you.
So we got.
John Callis here. Can I help you?
Yeah, this is Terry Nemmers. How you doing today?
Good. Okay.
Well, that's good. Say, I have a problem. Actually, it started way back in 2006. I was prosecuted, maliciously prosecuted by your office there, and evidence was withheld from me, and I'd like to get that evidence now. Do you need the case number? It's 34CR06.
How do you spell your last name?
Sure, I'll finish giving you this number, then I'll give you my name.
No, I don't need the number. I need your name.
Okay. Nemmers, N as in Nancy, E, M as in Mary, M as in Mary, E-R-S.
Okay. What kind of a case was it?
It is case number 34CR.
CR 2054?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was what kind of a case was it? What kind of offense was it?
I can barely hear you.
Oh, what kind of an offense was this?
A kind of defense?
Offense, dude.
Offense. What was the charge against you?
Well, it was, I think if you know what the number is, you should be able to see it is. It's a trumped up aggravated...
Probably should, but I'm trying to work it up here right now, okay?
Right. It's a trumped up aggravated forgery. Trumped up aggravated forgery charge, which evidence was...
I don't mean to argue with you about whether they're trumped up or not, but I'm not going to be listening to you telling me they were trumped up, okay? If you have a concern, just keep this neutral, okay?
Well, I'm asking for the evidence which was illegally withheld from me. That's all I'm asking for.
I'm going to transfer you here to Shane Baker. He is the attorney who handles this case, okay?
Sure, no problem.
Hang on a second here. I'm going to transfer you.
He's probably gonna get a voicemail.
I can barely hear you again.
Oh, yeah, I'm pulled away. Okay, hang on.
So we can probably look this up. I'm gonna Google this guy. Terry numbers. 'Cause I'm assuming.
Shane Baker speaking.
Yeah, this is Terry Numbers. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Well, that's good. Say, I'm calling up to ask for all the evidence that was illegally withheld from me in my that case 34CR062054.
Well, no evidence was illegally withheld from you.
Well, of course it was, because I didn't get any dash cam video, didn't get any squad audio, didn't get any mobile data terminal traffic, didn't get any dispatch traffic, didn't get any personal audio recorders. And then when your probation officer, Bob Tepfer, conspired to break into my home without a warrant, well, I never got a signed warrant for July 20th, 2007. I didn't get any squad audio from that, didn't get personal recording things or personal audio. Because you have all those gadgets. In fact, I just saw in the newspaper, you just recently installed Archangel software into both Canada County Sheriff's Office and Wilmer Police Department, vehicles. So you have all that electronic, equipment. You just illegally withheld it from me. And then, of course, I have Jenna Baker's own written paperwork saying it was a trumped up charge on top of it. And you yourself said you refused to pick up the charges when I arrested Spilseth during the trial. See, so it was trumped up. I mean, because the guy's under arrest. You said you weren't going to pick up the charges. See, so it was a sham trial to start with. You still there?
No, I'm still here.
Okay, you're on a speakerphone now.
No, I am.
Yeah, because you're really loud. So
Well, you said you didn't hear him.
Okay. Okay, so that's the thing. I want my evidence.
Well, the trial has already been completed, and
Yeah, and the crimes have already, and you've already committed all the crimes too. So what's the point? I still want the evidence. Perjury, breaking and entering, kidnapping, all sorts of things. Obstruction of justice, you name it. You did it, right?
no, I did not do that, and the hearing has been completed.
Well, the thing is, the hearing was completed. You witnessed the judge being arrested, and you saw that he was under arrest, and you said you weren't going to pick up the charges. So it was a sham. So, whatever,
What?
a sham is beginning to end. See? So it was a fraud. Just like the phony paperwork that, the worthless paperwork that your officer, your probation officer showed up with in my house right before he broke into my home. See? Because there never was a warrant. And then you got Timmy the Perjurer Riley to say that there was a warrant when there was no warrant. So that's all a matter of the public record. See, so if you're, involved in criminal activity, I know you're illegally withholding my data. And I know I didn't get any of that, what I just read off. So where's my data?
Well, you can make any request in writing.
Well, I'm giving you a legal request right now because you're recording this and I'm recording this, and I'm going to put it up on YouTube so you can watch it at, your heart's desire, because there's no law that says I have to put it in writing. In fact, by law, you're supposed to give it to me because it's a due process violation if you don't give it to me. See? I can read it to you right out of prosecution principles where it says that. Doesn't matter whether it's an honest mistake or a malicious intentional act. See? It's a due process violation no matter what. See? So
We're not recording at this end, and you can make your request in writing.
what? Thanks for hanging up on me.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued about this. I'm intrigued about whether or not
there may have been something going on here. I am intrigued.
It is September 25th, 2013, 10:31 a.m. Calling Jenna Carrude Fisher,
Oh, I
Kansas
think.
County
Did
attorney.
we hear this already?
Dispatch traffic, didn't get any person right before he broke into my home. See? Because there never was a warrant. And then you
Okay, we
got
heard that already. I'm looking at. He has an actual thing that he uses as a blog here. This is interesting. First upon me by the criminal
Judge John's wasn't she thrust? She was thrust upon you, and just was more like a boat anchor than a standby counsel, wasn't she? I even had to report you to the judge for failing to report the criminal judge Donald to the proper authorities, didn't I? What? I don't think the state proved the fifth element of aggravated forgery. They must prove intent to defraud. That's your purpose. That's to persuade a person to. They have presented no such evidence. I made sure that Jenna's dirty deeds were part of the public record, didn't I? You have to make a motion to jury for a judgment of acquittal. Same basis as my subs note, there is a good chance the court would throw that count out. I don't understand what this is proof of. I'm so confused. When Jenna made that leap from Crooked County Attorney to Crooked County Judge, I made sure that I contacted the proper authorities, didn't I? Dun 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 dun. This is just wild. All right, let's get back to it here. I want to find out more about these things that he filed. So let's get Exhibit A. So this is a very long email that he sent them. And they probably didn't even know what to make of some of this. Please advise me the readily available requested for service data was counter-aided dispatch reports for incident involving Nicholas Cicada. Threats of Monty coming to home over Cicada. If there's no copy of the investigative report, you're not gonna get anything. Like, that's not incredibly hard to understand. So these are just copies of the emails that he originally sent them, wanting copies of the information. This was just, hey, I'm gonna be out of the office. You gotta contact somebody else. Mr. Members, I have reached the PDF of our current policy manual. The data you requested made through our records department is being processed. What is the status of my Wednesday, February 15th data request? Will you make sure to thank Chief Deputy Bowman for the maybe Attorney Nick needs to see the section on not provoking an incident with individuals. Speaking of clickbait, I need to amend my Chapter 30 data request. Please email me flash me the following free electro. Before I forget, I really suspect that we forced to report Judicial Officer Jennifer. You arrested your guilty Fisher to the Minnesota Board of Judicial Service for refusing to provide me with a telephone number for the 2/28 scheduling conference for case and receipt request. For my own personal reason, I know just how corrupt the Yogi codes are, don't I? See, the funny thing to me is that Steve Quest, his thing is not saying, don't I? Steve Quest's thing is always saying, see how that works? See how that works? His thing is being like, don't I? Don't you? What is going on? Before I forget, I have reason to suspect that I will be forced to report Officer Jennifer, you're arrested, you're guilty, Fisher, to the Minnesota Board of Justice for really refusing to provide me with the telephone number for the 2/28 telephonic scheduling conference. City Quest versus if you go to the website, they had that posted. They had all that information right there for you. You have absolutely no problems with getting it whatsoever. Like, this was a complete non-issue. I'm just checking to see how many people we have. Yeah, watching us. Yay. Thank you to the 5 people that we appear to have. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let me know of all the ways that I am failing to entertain, because I'm pretty sure that I am. I'm probably failing to entertain. Did you know that I have a video that shows we've been to his home? See below, okay? You do remember the Quest is the guy that Rikita threatened to use unlawful deadly force on, don't you? um, here's the whole thing where he's talking about that time that Dick Masterson was swatted. Request for service data, incident reports, computer-aided dispatch reports for incidents involving Nicholas Rikita and swatting. But see, then he goes on and on about this shit that has nothing to do with his original request, and that's confusing to me. In mid-December 2019, Montegraph notes Steve Quest threatened to come to my house and visit me in person. Your client has a history of stalking and threatening people, stalking digitally and then threatening to do things physically in person. He threatened also to release my docs information, which he was clearly lying about having because he still sent the lawsuit to the wrong address. Initially, he still had the wrong address for me, so clearly doesn't have my information that he claimed to have, which is sad because he's probably going to harass just a decent family at a different address. But that's what your client does, Dave. And I remember him saying all of this. I'm just really.
He's just talking about how terrible. Oh, gosh. So now here, special. Let's see. This is jumping. It's jumping around. Special weapons and tactics units Wall 2018 report. The following report is summary of the 2018 activity, specialized tactical unit or licensed deputies. In 2018, the tactical unit was called in for 12 minutes, responded to 4 tactical callouts for the calendar year. The breakdown of the events. What does this have to do? I have no idea what this has to fucking do with anything. I don't understand. We have this mob suspected at the scene with some hazardous items removed. The subject ultimately was taken into custody without incident by primary units assisting the Wilmore police. This occurred April 29th, 2018. Subject believed to be armed for social media posting. Subject known to have large pit bulls at residence. Exterior door was open using entry tools. Interior also breached. I exited my vehicle and met the male individual in front of the squad car. I told him I needed to speak with him about the license plates on the pickup truck as I believed they were fake. The man in turn replied to me that he would only speak with the judge. I asked him if he had his ID or driver's license on him. He said he did not. I asked him what he was, and he told me he would only speak to a judge. She then radioed for assistance watching waiting for others to arrive. Saw a person later identified as Terry Dean Nimmers get into a vehicle and drive away. She then stopped the vehicle and asked the driver for identification. He was to identify himself. When any person arrested for any violation of law and ordinance related to the operation or registration of a vehicle punishable as misdemeanor, gross misdemeanor, felony, the arrested person shall be taken into custody, immediately taken before a judge within the county. None of this has anything to do. I don't understand. This thing is all the fucking all over the place. What? Okay, what is Exhibit F? To identify court security of apparent threats of unlawful disbeliefs of foreign. To view the secure message, click on open message. This. I don't. Want to send and receive your secure messages transparently? Click here to learn more. So that tells me that you have the option of not. You want the information, just click on the damn thing. I don't understand what the issue is. They're not violating anything by making sure that their messages are encrypted. Attached to the incidents for Ricado, we have nothing on Steve Quest, aka Montograph, aka Monty, regarding your court security reference requests for data coming to them. No notifications were located. Any requests for data coming from Judge Fisher would go through the judge or the district court. Thank you. Okay. What is this? Why is this done in a way that I can't read it as easily as I would like? I think I'm gonna have to go to my email here and look at something different. You can send me. We're gonna be wrapping this up before too much longer. My cat probably thinks that I'm being so mean right now. I'm not spending any time with him. And I do have shit I gotta do, so. I really want to read this, but the way it got uploaded and scanned, it's all. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay. Oh. Okay, so at 2:48 hours, dispatch received a call from McLean stating that he shot his girlfriend 30 minutes ago and she was no longer breathing. He also said he was going to kill himself. The call was from a number out of Florida, but the complaint said that his name was Nicholas Robert Rakita. Oh, great. Here's his address. Lovely. Nick is a well-known YouTuber and has a channel about officer-involved shootings and various hot topics. He's an attorney as well. Nick was not the prank caller. Dispatch created the ICR with the heading shots fired. I contacted his mother-in-law and ended up speaking with Nick on the phone and eventually at his home. Nick said that this may happen again in the future, just an FYI for all cases we have of these swatting calls in the future. So I guess one of the things that he's wanting is the dictated report. And I guess he feels like he's not being provided with that like he's supposed to. We also get a large law enforcement response. This live streaming content will several thousands of viewers, and that will probably happen again. There's body cam video? That's interesting. I'm kind of like... That would be interesting to see that, I gotta admit. Notifies the caller, state his name. We were notified the creator's benefit of swatting, which is defined as swatted as in he supposedly shot and killed his girlfriend. While en route, we made phone contact with the creator. We advised you swatting and he was going to live stream. The creator agreed to meet the deputies outside his residence per Sergeant Fisher's request. Corporal Jason Keith and I arrived on scene at approximately 3,300 hours, where we met Rikita the driveway. Rikita showed his hand, was corroborative. While speaking with Rikita, he advised that he was running live streaming with thousands of viewers. Rikita did not know who could have swatted him, but he was having a debate on a certain person, and it was probably one of their followers. Rikita advised that he would be live streaming again tomorrow. It would probably happen again. At approximately 53 hours, Vanish received a call from Central Point Energy stating that a caller stated that he could hardly breathe, is lethargic, and could smell gas. This is the address we were previously at. I checked Rikita's live stream and YouTube, and all appeared well. I mean, it appears that the officers have certain procedures that they have to follow, and from what I can tell, they were doing their best to follow all of them. Text to voice call reporting suspicious incident. Another swatting call was reported at Rikita's residence. The caller was a robotic voice text now phone from California. They stated there was a bomb in the residence based on previous swatting attempts at the residence. I checked the YouTube channel. All right. He was currently live streaming, discussing topics related to swatting. There's a weekend that we received a swatting call, but we're currently watching his live stream. It would be fine. Just phone the live stream laughed and thanked us. I also testified that the complaint was that there was a bomb in his house, and I asked if he would like to respond if there was any concern. Rikita texted, "No concerns, thank you." I mean, I don't know that any of this justifies a special treatment. And his YouTube channel was cut off. I just say he was currently live streaming, and that when most of these suspects occur, I texted Rikita advising him of the situation. I just want to thanks. I served Rikita to check his phone on the live stream and laughed. I wanted it on file that the video posted on YouTube on the date complained by Replay Law. The information was third hand and made reference to Snyder regarding firearms. And how Rikita Law made reference about using other people to do his business or dirty work for him. Snyder advised this timestamp area where the specific comment was made. He sent it to me via email, allowing the deputy to copy the video and place it in a case file. This has yet to be sent to the deputy. Snyder could not believe this, but was not personally afraid. Could not speak for coworkers or family, though. It should be noted that Snyder is representing client suing Rikita Law Firm. It would be sent to me via mail and allow the deputy to copy the video and place it in a case file. This has yet to be sent to the deputy. Snyder could not believe this, but was not personally afraid. He could not speak for coworkers or family, though. It should be noted that Snyder is representing clients suing Rikita Law. The video about using a machine gun against and I'm needing. This is strange. So Snyder. I don't remember this one. I don't remember anything about him threatening him with a machine gun. The ICR is not in our system. Our system has 8-digit sequences. Mr. Nimbers from Warrior PD does not have any incident reports in our WBD records, since the corresponding case numbers or name provided. But it's not there. It's not there. I mean, what does he want to do? Please email file show me that following readily available free electronic data in searchable PDF format from your respective office pursuant to 1303. Full name, rank, and gross salary of 3310D, and that's referenced in ICR pursuant to. I said email to the department regarding the incident and also dictated a report to the case file. Did you or someone you know call the dispatcher report as a unlawful deadly use of force against Steve West? Full name, rank, and gross salary. I don't know what the. This is so weird to me. So, what is the status of my Monday, February 27th, Chapter 13 data request that I made at 10:16 p.m.? What is the status of my request for data? Did I forget to mention that I got Chief McFarland into all sorts of trouble for his willful refusal to comply with the Ohio Open Records Law? What is this? I'm just looking for the part where he threatens to use, because that's the big thing here. What is the status of my Monday, February 27th, Chapter 13 data request that I did at 10:16 a.m.? And what is the status of my request for data related to ICR or something? I sent an email tomorrow regarding the incident and also dictated a report to the case file. What happened to ICR 22001824? Was it magically and mysteriously due to the system after I requested data? Is it a matter of public record that county dispatch generate? Is it an unknown discretion material? No responding is a big no, isn't it? He likes that word, isn't it? Isn't it? Did I forget to mention I got Chief McClellan? What? I have no idea. Do you remember that both Nicholas Arcade and Steve West were both white knighting for Florida celebrity attorney Kim the perjurer Picasso? Did you know that I report one of the perjurer Picasso's gangster talkers to the Marines to Martins Ferry, Ohio police on February 10, 20. Can you believe that? That the perjurer Picasso's gangster Algiers smear campaign made a late night harassing phone call to me? She did, didn't she? If you want to contact Martins Ferry for more details, did you know that smear campaign daughter was dumb enough to admit that she was recording the harassing phone call? I don't understand. So when my data is hitting my email 5 minutes from never, inquiry minds want to know, don't they? Oh, Lord. So Steve Quest saying, let's see how that works. And his thing is saying, isn't it? Every time Nimmers say, isn't it? You know that means it is absolutely 100% true and 100% valid. Just is. Let's get that a little brighter. There you go. Whew. So I do wonder why I am wondering why he has to go into the office to view the information. I don't quite know why he keeps getting told that. I'm a little confused about that. he has he has been blocked. That's funny. I think I am surprised that they are legally allowed to block his phone number. Please email the telephone number for the telephone scheduling conference that will be held on February 28th. All of this was available online, with all the different case files. You didn't need to email them asking for anything. I don't understand why he was doing this. Are you going to the match to defend radio before or during the 2/28/23 scheduling conference to not assassinate defendant Quest on the courthouse steps? The chalk outlined defending Quest. The defendant Quest has spent casings on the courthouse sidewalk would be quite embarrassing spectacle for the court, wouldn't it? You're aware of defendant's presence, aren't you? Maybe you want to take judicial notice to determine if defendant Ricada is using fighting words to bait Quest into coming in defendant Ricada's presence. Oh, if the scheduling session is going to be a Zoom session, then please email the Zoom meeting ID and meeting passcode. P.S. Do the courts still allow prosecutors to bring false criminal charges? Still allow prosecutors to illegally withhold evidence from their defendants? Oh my god. I don't think. I'm trying to figure out. Please email the phone number for the telephone scheduling conference that will be held February 28th. Is there some reason why this is not a Zoom session? Are you afraid that either plaintiff Steve West, aka Montegraph, or defendant Nicholas Recato or their fans, cult members according to Recato, is joking, are going to securely record the Zoom session? If so, then why not direct one of the parties? Yada yada yada. Oh goodness. Alright. Guys, this has been insane. This has been fun. Maybe I'll see about getting a whole bunch of this stuff uploaded to my community section, and I can show you in the comments where that exactly that is going to be. You'll be able to find the appropriated future community notes section here. Links to numbers PDFs will be posted here. Alright, so I am going to look into this whole idea that they just blocked him, because I know that there is a whole entire thing where AOC got sued for blocking somebody on Twitter. You got to have a valid reason for, I guess, when you're an elected official, you're in government, and you're denying someone to have the right to have interaction with that government official. That can be a little bit of a problem. So I have no problem with trying to get some information about them, about why Lion News is blocked. But before I go, people, I always like to tell everyone, this is a big universe, and I know that we probably feel really, really tiny. But remember, it takes all of us in this whole little tiny of us in this big universe to make this universe the type of universe that we want it to be. And so we all have value and we all have purpose, even though we don't. Some of the people that we run into, we don't always understand. We don't get. You know what? They have value, and yeah, they matter even if we don't always understand their behavior, because without us, the universe has no purpose. The universe exists for us, and so we all need to be engaged in the fight to make the universe the type of universe that we want it to be. So, thank you for the people that have joined off and on. God bless. God bless America.